This episode, we're going to talk about a side trip that we made while we were up at Table Rock State Park. We went to Caesar's Head State Park and Pretty Place Chapel with a really quick stop at Bald Rock. Caesar's Head State Park sits atop the Blue Ridge Escarpment. It's most famous for the granite ledge that you can walk out on that is actually known as Caesar's Head. If you look at it from the profile, I guess someone thought it looked like Caesar.
And here's the lookout.
That's the name.
It's less than 100 yards from the gift shop. One of the easiest hikes you'll ever make.
It's a beautiful view from Caesar's Head Rock. They say on a clear day that you can see 3 states. North Carolina is just to the north, which is to your right as you're looking out. You can see Table Rock. It's a beautiful view of Table Rock and the lake below Table Rock. And then past Table Rock, they say that you can see Georgia. Now, I didn't see a state line, but I take their word for it. That's an amazing view. There's also a path that leads down some staircase and goes into what they call Devil's Kitchen. It's 2 huge granite slabs that you kind of walk through. Years ago, there used to be another lookout on the lower level on the other side of Devil's Kitchen. That is closed off right now. I hope they get that reopened because from there you can get a really nice view of Caesar's Head itself. So hopefully they get that fixed soon. The park connects to Jones Gap State Park in what is known as the Mountain Bridge Wilderness Area. It's a pretty large area. There are several trails that connect between the two. Another trail that's very popular is the Ravencliff Falls Trail. Obviously, it leads to Ravencliff Falls. One of the reasons it's so popular is because Ravencliff Falls is the largest waterfall in the state of South Carolina. It's about a 4-mile hike. They say that it's a moderate difficulty hike. We did not get to take that hike because we had a 5-year-old and a 7-year-old with us who we just didn't feel like they were up for it. But from what I understand, it's well worth it when you get to the end and you get to see the falls. There's also a 6.6 mile hike that leads you to the top of the falls, and they've got a bridge, a suspension bridge that goes over the top of the falls that they say is well worth making that journey. So if you're a hiker, 2 great ideas for you. On the way up to Caesar's Head, we stopped off at Bald Rock. You get to Bald Rock before you get to Caesar's Head, so it's a lower elevation rock. It's a very large granite outcropping. It's not as well patrolled, so unfortunately a lot of people have put graffiti on the rock, but the scenery looking out over Greenville County is beautiful. Great chance to get some beautiful pictures, so worth a quick stop at Bald Rock on your way to Caesar's Head. After you go to Caesar's Head, another place that I would suggest is to head on up to the Fred W. Sims Chapel at Ymca's Camp Greenville. Most people call it Pretty Place. The chapel was built in 1941. It's a stunning view. It's well worth taking the trip up there. It is private property. It's owned by Camp Greenville, but they keep it open to the public from sun up to sundown. There's one big caveat to that though. Make sure you go to the website and assure yourself that they are going to be available. Because it is so popular, there are a lot of weddings that are held there. There are a lot of services engagements, all kinds of different things that can happen when it's reserved. And when it's reserved, you can't go.
Oh, yeah.
It's a long drive up there to be told, sorry, there's a private event. And we know that because we did it. We had to actually make 2 trips up the mountain in order to finally be able to film this amazing view from Pretty Place Chapel. All in all, if you're in Greenville, Table Rock, any place in the upstate and you want to take a fun day trip, Caesar's Head State Park, Pretty Place Chapel, Bald Rock, and Jones Gap State Park are well worth making the effort to go and visit.